my name is Masha and today I'm going to show you the bracelets that I made recently. It's been about 3 months since my last wrap up and I didn't make as many bracelets as I wanted to be honest, but I did make a few, so we're here to talk about them. I've been feeling quite overwhelmed recently and it's been very difficult for me to actually find time to make bracelets. I talk a lot more about it in my latest vlog. I spoke about it for 45 minutes, in fact. So if you want to hang out, chat. It is a positive video despite me complaining for 45 minutes. It just gives a bit more context as to how I've been feeling lately, really. But we're here to talk about bracelets today, and then at the very end, I'm going to give you another challenge. We've just wrapped up my competition. There were 4 winners for that. It was so fun. I loved the competition, and I'm actually going to show you the bracelets that I made for the winners here as well. You've seen one of them already. It is the bracelet that I used in my bookmark tutorial. So maybe let's start with that one. I keep calling it a bracelet. It's not actually a bracelet, is it? It's a bookmark. It's created using the alpha bracelet technique, of course, but it has a unique start that is first of all straight, but also has a hole in it and has a little tassel coming out from it. I think that's really cool, and I explained how to make this in that tutorial. I really like this one, so much so that I kind of want to keep it, but of course it was made for the winner, so it's gonna go to its new home. I guess let's continue on with the competition bracelets, even though chronologically these are the ones that I made last. But since we're on a theme, this is a bracelet that I made for my member winner. So I had 3 tiers for my competition. There was beginner, intermediate, and advanced. I think this is a structure that I'm going to keep for all future competitions. But we also had a member tier. This one was exclusive to my YouTube members, and we had our own theme for it. So we needed to make an animal friendship bracelet, and this is my entry. It's very simple. Only 2 colors, but it's got this yin-yang paw thing going on. I really like it. And I like that it's also kind of a neutral paw. I showed this to some other people and they were like, oh, it's a dog paw. But when I was making it, I thought it was a cat. So up to your interpretation. One thing that I tried that's different with this one is I actually got rid of the leading string. So you don't see the color in the ties. So for the darker one, that's the one that I started with, I just kind of weaved the string in the back of the bracelet as I was making it. I kind of just made a knot onto it and one of the base strings at the same time, and then I cut it off from there rather than from the start. I explain this a lot better in the tutorial for this bookmark, which will be in the description. Like I basically show you how to do it because I did the same thing at the start here. Like those strings that are on the sides, they got pulled in and I made knots onto them. So if you want to see that in action, you can, but that's what I did here. And then for the final one, obviously I couldn't do that because I was making rows with it. But I just left the string a bit longer, and then using like a safety pin, I pulled it through some of the connections here and then cut it off so it's all the way up here rather than in the ties. Wasn't necessary to do. Like I don't mind having a color string in the ties. It doesn't bother me. I think it looks fine. I was just curious to try it and it worked well. This one is going to one of my members. Thank you for being a member and for participating in the competition. Next, I have this bracelet, which I made for the beginner winner. So for the beginner tier, we needed to make a bracelet out of my beginner tutorials playlist, and in a monochrome color scheme, I went with purple. I actually chose all of the colors for these bracelets in my latest vlog as well, so if you want to watch that, that's there. I think it's really cute, and I love how the beginning of the bracelet, the teardrop loop here, kind of complements the design as well. I think it's really lovely, and I especially like as well, as I tend to do, I separated the colors for the ties. I think that looks really cool. And finally, for my competition winners, I have this bracelet, which was actually a challenge for me. This is the bracelet in question, and I absolutely love it. And I kind of want to make a million more of these in a bunch of different color combinations. It is gorgeous. But this, if you look closely, doesn't actually have any knots. All of the knots are on the other side. This is what we would typically consider the inverse, the other side of a friendship bracelet, right? This is what we would typically consider to be the front. And it looks very different. I actually still think it looks really cool. I like it. It's just very different. It's obviously not this. This is the vibe that I was going for, and this is the opposite side. But this is the side that I made it from. And that is why it was so difficult for me to figure out. This is technically not really friendship bracelets. Like, there isn't a clear border between friendship bracelets and macrame, but this is definitely macrame, which is not an area that I have a lot of experience in. It uses the same knots, but it uses them, to me, inverse and like upside down. No, not really upside down, but like literally invert. Like it's a mirror image, right, of what I typically do. That's not even a good way of describing it, because a mirror image of a forward knot is a backward knot. If you watched any macrame tutorials, you know what I mean? But like they make them from the other side. Like this what we consider to be the front is the back for them, and this, what we consider to be the back, is the front for them. So I was trying to follow a tutorial and it was absolutely screwing with my brain, but I figured it out. Took me 4 hours to figure out. I'm not gonna lie, it genuinely screwed my brain. I could not, for the life of me, figure out, like, I was looking at a picture, I didn't have a tutorial. I then found a tutorial that was in Spanish, which also took me a really long time to understand and decipher. Not because it was in Spanish particularly, but because it was also macrame, and I was like, okay, so what knot is this? I was following the tutorial as she was explaining it, and then kind of flipping my bracelet the other side, like, okay, I made this knot how she showed me, flip it, what knot is this to me? Oh, this is a forward knot, okay, and then I made notes. I have a little, like, notepad, right? And I literally made notes to make sure that I understood what I was doing. I literally drew out diagrams for myself. So like, oh, this is where the forward knot is. Here's what this would be. This is how many knots I need to make. I need to set a string aside, but then I need to bring it back. Which way am I going? It took me 4 hours to figure this out, but I did. But the reason why it was also screwing with me is because, like, I was looking at a picture first of all, and like looking at it, I couldn't figure out, like, it starts off with just white strings. Where did those color strings come from? And how many white strings and how many color strings do I need? And why is it that we have the reds finish here and then start here? Like, how did it get there? I was so confused. And then also, mind you, this was my first attempt, right? This is what I visually saw. I was like, okay, so it's just a bunch of forward knots, and then it's like forward, backward knots and stuff, right? So like the chain link candy stripe kind of. Obviously this does not look like this, right? That's not the same thing. It was not that. And I could not figure it out, because also, if you look at the back of this one, like, yeah, I made a bunch of forward knots, but these don't look the same. They don't look right. They point in that direction, where in the other one, it's kind of a straight line. Like here, the line in the middle is wavy and it's straight. It goes like this, right? Rather than the other side. Anyway, turns out that in like friendship bracelet making, when you have two strings of the same color, you can make any kind of knot between them and it doesn't matter, because the knot is always going to look the same. But in macrame, it doesn't look the same because you're looking at it on the other side, and depending on which type of knot you make, there's different, like, it looks different, right? So first of all, I figured that out, and then I was just trying to, anyway, I realized in the end that the reason why the colors pop out of nowhere is because I literally just cut them off at the end. So I just inserted the strings and then I cut them off afterwards. And the reason why the colors switch is because I literally drag them along and swap them. So they do switch, because that's how they switch. Anyway, I really like this bracelet. It's gorgeous. It was an absolute challenge for me, genuinely. But once I figured it out, it was actually quite easy. So I think I'm going to make a tutorial for this. I didn't for this one as I was making it. I was just figuring it out first time. Well, second time actually. I tried this first and it was not good. But I'm probably gonna make a tutorial for it at some point. And let me know what you think about that. If you want me to branch out into more kind of macrame bracelets, I could try that. More shaped bracelets. I think this one is really cool, so I might. So those were the 4 bracelets I made for my competition winners. They are very different, but I love all of them and I'm really excited to send them off. I've already packed the rest of the prizes in the 4 packages that are going out. I have a card, I have some string, I have some wooden dowels and some accessories. These are ready to go out as soon as I finish filming this video. Moving on. These are some of my favorite bracelets that I've ever made. They're so small, but so cute. They're made with one of those patterns that is deceptively easy. Like, this looks so complicated. It really, truly isn't. It's basically like the vertical wave, if you've ever made that, but with a slight twist. And look at those gorgeous color combinations. Like, this one reminds me of the forest, this one of a fiery sunrise, this one of the beach, and this one of a sunset. I love these. I've actually been wearing them quite a bit, and I think they would be great to stack with something. I might make some more bracelets specifically in similar color combinations so I could stack them together quite well. I think they'll turn out really nice. I highly recommend the tutorial for this. Of course I made one, and of course I made 4 bracelets just for one tutorial because I couldn't stop myself again. Genuinely, I really recommend making this. It is so fun and so easy. And I didn't even make a rainbow color combination. Like, I've seen so many people make rainbow bracelets with these, and they look beautiful. There's so many different color combinations that you could try. You absolutely should. And we've got this bracelet. The way that I keep track of what bracelets I have made videos on and haven't is, as I finish making a friendship bracelet, I take a picture of it and then I save it to a folder that I have, right, on my phone. And this one threw me for a loop because, yes, I published the video for this one relatively recently, like within the last 3 months, right? But I made this back in January. and I just genuinely could not figure out, is this supposed to be in this wrap up? Is it not? I made this forever ago, but I never included it in any of the other wrap ups because I didn't want to spoil it because I knew that I was releasing it in the summer. This is kind of one of those like banked tutorials that I had that I was just going to post whenever I didn't have anything else to post. So I do really like the bracelet though. I think it is very cute, and it is also quite easy to make actually. It is not difficult at all. The only thing is, I don't think I chose the colors particularly well for this one. I think the dark blue contrasts too much with the other colors, or rather, the other colors maybe don't contrast enough. The yellow, the green, the pink, they all kind of blend together. I can only really tell the two blues apart from anything else. So I actually talked about this tip before because someone else mentioned it to me, but I only recently actually used it for the first time, where like you take a picture of the colors that you're considering in a bracelet, because sometimes it can be really difficult to tell. Like if colors contrast well enough. At least it is for me, honestly. Like maybe it is a bit easier for people who understand colors a bit better. I'm not great with colors and it can be difficult for me to tell. So the trick is to like take a picture of the colors that you are considering and then transform that picture into black and white. And then if you can tell the colors easily apart, then they do contrast well enough. And if you can't, then they don't. And I talked about this before, but as I said, I only recently tried it for the first time and it genuinely works. It has made me change some colors in some future bracelets. So I think I'm gonna do that anytime, specifically with alphas because I think it's more important there, but anytime I have this conflict and I don't know whether or not I can use these colors where I should, I use that and I think it's cool. All right, so next up I have 3 bracelets that are kind of spoilers. I just said that one I made in January and I didn't post the video until a couple of months ago. This one, I'm not planning on posting the video for it for a while. I'm gonna release a tutorial for these just later. I'm gonna spoil it for you. Don't tell anyone. I made seashell bracelets. I think they're really cute and really cool. If you're quite familiar with bracelet making, you pretty much don't really need a tutorial for it. You just need to make a lark's head knot onto a seashell and then you can make your bracelet. As I said, I do have a tutorial for it at some point in the works, but I made this one. This was the first one I attempted. I got myself a pack of seashells and I wanted to figure out if they were the right size, if they worked. They did. This is the little chevron that I made. I've actually worn this out quite a bit already. I think it's really, really cute. I tried to go with like some, I don't know, sea-themed colors. I imagine these to be like the waves and then a seashell in the middle. I think it's really cute. And then I also made 3 more bracelets, but I only finished 2 more of them. One is half finished, mainly because I also wanted to film myself making it and then I just never got around to it. But we have this one, which I think is really cool. I went for a little kind of dovetail-ish pattern, right? I went for a purple color scheme. I think it turned out really cute. And I love how it's mirrored as well, so it goes this way, and then if you flip it, it goes the other way. I think it's really nice. And this one is probably my favorite. I made this one. It's actually a pattern that I've been meaning to try for a while, and I thought, why not try it with this one? I think it matches the seashell quite well. And I think it was really fun for me to try making different patterns with all of the seashells. I really genuinely love this one. I love the colors. I love how it turned out. This also kind of reminds me of a sunset vibe, and it is absolutely beautiful, and I've also been wearing this one out a lot. Those are all the bracelets that I have for you today. As I said, not that many, but I do have some favorites in here. In fact, it might be some favorites of the year, really, in here. As always, the patterns are going to be linked in the description, along with any corresponding tutorials, so that you can make these bracelets for yourself if you want to. Let's talk about the challenge. I filmed this video so long ago that the challenge that I proposed does not fit the theme anymore. So here I am with a totally new challenge. We are heading into spring, and I love a seasonal bracelet. This time around, I want to see bracelets made with flowers. It can be an alpha pattern, it can be a normal pattern, it can even be a shaped bracelet. Anything that has a flower in it, I want to see it. I very much use these challenges as an inspiration of some kind because you guys find the most amazing patterns that I then end up trying. I already have a pattern in mind that I want to do for this challenge, and I can't wait to see yours. There are 2 ways to submit to the challenge if you'd like to. You can do so on Discord. The link to my server is always in the video description. There is a channel for photo submissions to the challenge, and there is also a channel to discuss the challenge. Separating the 2 just makes it easier for me to find the photos when the time comes to collect them. So if you'd like to, you can submit through the Discord server, or if you'd like to, you can submit on Instagram. Post under the hashtag MashaNotsFlowers and tag me in the photo. This is a challenge, not a competition, so there isn't anything to win, it's just for fun, but I will be featuring some of your photos in the next wrap-up video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Life has been really busy lately and I haven't been able to make as many bracelets as I usually do, but I do love talking about them when I get a chance. Hopefully you found a bracelet or two that you might want to recreate, and hopefully you can do the same for me if you participate in the challenge. A big thank you to everyone who took part in the competition. That was a really fun thing to host last year. Huge shout out to my channel members as well. You guys have been exceptionally patient with me as I went through this pretty long hiatus. If you would like to become a member and support the work that I do on this channel, you can click the join button under this video, and also an extra tier in competitions, like the one I hosted. My book, The Beginner's Guide to Friendship Bracelets, is also out worldwide, and you can get it anywhere you typically buy books. There is also a direct link in the description. In any case, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in my next one.